It's a rivalry that defines the sport. One that everyone points to and as what makes a good or classic rivalry in college football. The Scarlet and Gray against the Maize and Blue. Two diametrically opposed programs who will meet again to continue a rivalry that has had everything from Heisman statements to pepper spray at midfield. Welcome to the Big House, home of the Michigan Wolverines. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on the 9th-ranked team in the land, the Michigan Wolverines. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. The returner will field it and try to do some business. The coverage team maintains his discipline, not much doing on that return. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Looking to pass. It's Sayin. Got it in the middle. It's Thurman. There he goes. They finally make the stop, and it's been this way this guy's whole career as a senior makes a play after the grab. And so much for feeling each other out for a few plays. These guys come out spinning it.
All gas, no brakes. Come in and spin the magic bean on the opening play of the game, taking a shot. Doesn't get better than that if you're this quarterback.
Cranking up a drive like that can really get you going. It's first down from the 44. Use the play fake, now to throw. Steps away. Fires to the big fella. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. The emotions and energy figure to be high all day, guys, because of what's at stake this late in the season. Really a must-win for both teams.
These are the ones that get your blood moving, Reese. You get jacked up, man. You don't have to say anything in the locker room. Give these big speeches. You know what's at stake, Jesse. You're ready to rock and roll. This is when you prove you're the big dog.
Which is pretty cool, too, because it's been a long season. These teams obviously are both physically and mentally tired, but you're right. For this kind of game, this is the one you circled at the start of the year. You knew that this was going to matter. There was going to be a lot on the line. Now it's time to go out and prove you're the better team.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on third down. And the Buckeyes line up to punt it away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week. Going right to work up top. Quarterback extends the play. Finds his man. It's Hansen. And makes the tackle at the 23 after he got 10.
That's a really nice pass. You can see why this guy right here gives the Michigan faithful reason to be optimistic. You know, for years we know Michigan has always been good at running the football, but they've got to be able to throw. And they've got to be more consistent making big plays through the air. This guy gives them that chance.
Looking for room. It's Haynes. Got the first down and more. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
And this guy's going to have to come through for you in this game. He picks up another first down, but he's your Heisman contender. He's the best player on your football team, and he's a guy that's just going to have to touch the ball a lot in this game if you're going to win.
Grabbed behind the line. It's Moore. He is going nowhere. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Let's take a minute to talk about Michigan. Really good win on the recruiting trail last week. Got a commitment from a four-star linebacker.
He's going to help them out a lot because of his speed. He simply has things you can't coach from the linebacker position. So his ability to track the ball sideline to sideline, but also get downhill, he's going to make this defense a whole lot more difficult to move the football against.
It'll be 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Got it set up on the outside. He's pulled down right at the 42-yard line. 4th down coming, and might they roll the dice from their own territory. And the Wolverines will try to pin them back with the punt. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
The Buckeyes in a good spot here with 2nd and short. On the run, it's Ball. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Let's talk just for a second about Ohio State. Every team needs those big dudes up front, and man, they got a mauler from the high school recruiting ranks. Big 4-star D lineman. David, what's his adjustment going to be like?
Well, you see the excitement from the fan base and the reaction. It's all
Turning it on! They'll move the chains. Good execution on 3rd down. They've got it at the 41.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot, but that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play? Just making it happen, breaking off the huge gain. It's tough to get these guys on the ground.
He leaves it with the back. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line? These two first squared off in 1897, and this rivalry is almost like a history of the sport itself.
So much history, so much tradition. I mean, I can go back to 2006 when they were 1 and 2 in the country. You know, like, these games really matter. The uniforms are clean. The athletes are flowing. There's tons of athletes all over the place. This is always a huge showdown.
And you think about some of the great coaches that have graced the sidelines in this rivalry. Bo Schembechler at Michigan and Woody Hayes at Ohio State. And it's amazing, in a conference full of trophy games, maybe the greatest rivalry doesn't even have one.
Big noise in the big house for this huge 3rd down play. Dropping back, it's Sayin. Now improvising. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
This offense is going to have to come up with a plan to block this guy. He is an absolute monster, and he showed you all his tools on that side.
The Buckeyes will send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And the coverage team down there to touch the ball. No return on this play.
Yeah, just playing the field position game. Nice job angling it towards the sideline so it doesn't go into the end zone. That thing rolls down inside the 10. Really nice punt. Yes, I said something positive about a punt.
The give to the back. Finds some running room. He'll pick up 4 out to the 12. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Looking to fire. Caught in the backfield, it's Rodgers. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. They'll decline that penalty. Obviously very happy with results of the play. Chance to build a little momentum here by converting this 3rd down from deep in your own territory. Off play action. Moving away from pressure. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming.
I don't care how talented you are as a quarterback, but your accuracy always goes down when you get hit. A nice job by the QB scrambling, working to his right, but he wasn't completing that pass with that pressure.
And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. Time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Dropping back, it's St. Clair. Lets it fly. Hits a big stride inside the 10. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Ohio State.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the 2nd. Kicker has everything lined up and about set to get this one underway. And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. They're trying to put something, anything together to get that goose egg off the scoreboard down 7-0. Works his way into the traffic and picks up 3 to the 17. Guys, let's chat about Michigan. It's been a season to remember so far, fresh off their new top 10 ranking. How far can this team go?
Well, they're starting to get there now, right? And I think once you get some big wins, Jesse, and you start to climb up, you start to feel that and the momentum and the confidence that it builds with your squad. I think we might just be scratching the surface with this group.
Yeah, that's the difference with this team is it feels like they're really starting to believe. We always knew they were talented. They knew it too, but getting some of these big wins this season, I think they now believe they can take down anybody in the country.
Let's take a minute to talk about Michigan. Not sure if you guys saw this, but they had a big-time 4-star running back give a verbal commitment last week. What's his transition going to be like, David?
First of all, everybody saw it. It's all over social media, right? The excitement of landing a guy of that caliber. And just, I mean, that creates excitement in the whole recruiting class in this next cycle.
It's amazing to think just how confident this offense was coming into this game. They thought they were going to go up and down the field throwing the football in this one. That has not been the case. They have not yet scored a touchdown in this one. They just threw an incompletion on 3rd down now, looking like they may have to punt. This offense has got to find their rhythm, but you've got to wonder about their confidence at this point of the game.
And how about this lower intestinal fortitude? 4th and 1 in your own territory, and they're going. Creates a little room. Breaks into the open. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. There's so many great rivalries in college football, guys, but I think this one, because of the disdain and the excellence, sort of rises to the top.
Yeah, I mean, listen, there are great rivalries scattered all around this country. In-state rivalries, interconference rivalries, a great history, great pageantry. But I think what makes Ohio State versus Michigan unique is the fact that more often than not, these are two teams competing for national championships at the end of the year, and this game really does determine the national landscape.
And 19 national championships between the two teams. Late in the year, it always mattered. You go back to 2006, number 1 versus number 2. So always disdain, always hate. Don't even call each other by their names. Like, this rivalry means so much to college football.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Scanning the field, it's Sayin. Trying to make magic with his feet.
This is the most annoying thing in the world for a defense, is when you start to play all these plays and all these pass concepts and routes, and then you let the quarterback get outside the pocket, and he takes off, and he gets a first down. Like, so much to defend. That is the hardest thing to defend, because you don't know where it's going to happen on the field and when it's going to happen.
The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. To the air on first down. He's going for a big play downfield. Hits him in stride inside the 10. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
Sometimes it's players, not plays, or sometimes it's both. And when you got that guy and you put him in the slot and you let him burn for a go route right past a nickel corner or one of the reserve corners or a safety, that's a great job by the offense, and that speed you can't teach, and that's why he's in the house for 6.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Hard running there.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
The Wolverines can really attack on this 2nd and short. They'll run play action. Now he's going to break the pocket. Creates a little space. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yardage. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
Wants to go up top on first down. With the catch, it's Haynes. And he's able to shed one tackle, but still, just a very short gain. You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
If they're going to sit back in zone, I'm going to make sure I know exactly what they're doing, find those holes, find those crossing patterns, and take advantage of that zone coverage.
Looking to throw on first down. Moves away as he feels pressure. Oh, he's got some space. at the very edge of the red zone at the 20.
And we've seen this several times now. Like, he is more than willing to take off and make plays. And you can tell the defense is starting to adjust a little bit. They see it. They know it's a pass, but they had eyeballs on him. And as soon as he took off, they ran to him, and they made sure they got him on the ground.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
And the Wolverines come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Takes it from the gun on 3rd down. Picked off again. He's now thrown 20 interceptions. He'll go down right there, but what a big play to come up with that turnover. And it just turns out to be a missed opportunity. You get the ball in the red zone, and you turn it over.
Momentum. It plays a big role for teams and especially for offenses. And when you have chances like that, when you're down in this area of the field, you've got to be able to come away with points. Even if it's not going to be a touchdown, you are not leaving this area of the field without putting at least 3 up on the board. Missed opportunity for the other.
Not much there. They'll give him 1 to the 14.
And listen, it's tough. It's a tough proposition. This is a top 10 defense against the run. You know they're physical. You know who they are. But you're not going to bat an eye. And you're going to challenge your guys, especially in the red zone, to be more physical, to be able to continue to run the football against a really good defense.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to throw, it's Sayin. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
More than 100,000 making their presence felt. A huge 3rd down here in the big house. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, they're after him. And the quarterback goes down all the way back at his 4-yard line. And the Buckeyes will call on their punt team. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Now he'll let one fly down the left side.
Nice job by the defense there, taking all throws away from the quarterback. He had nowhere to put that football in the field to play, so that ball obviously had to go out of bounds.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Here we go. Wants to go up top. Keeps looking downfield. Pulls it in, it's Rodgers. And they're able to make the tackle.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
Let's see what they do here on 3rd and short from the 41. From the gun, wants to pass. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're at 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
And they'll pat the kicker on the tail and tell him to go give it a shot. He says he can kick one from 75, but here he's going to need just 58 of them. That is no good. And they couldn't cut into the lead. It's still a 7-point game.
Man, that was going to be a bomb. There are a lot of NFL kickers that wouldn't make that field goal.
First play of the drive comes from the 41. Defense dropping into soft coverage. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Motion from the wide receiver. Touch pass on the run. There he goes. Across the 50 and down and out of bounds at the 44. A good pickup on that one.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
They'll run it from the gun. Picks up the 1st down. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. The Buckeyes will hustle to the line. They're going to go right back to him on 1st down. And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it. Out of the gun to give to the back. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Trying to surprise him with the pass. Got it behind the line. It's Price. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. Clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. Cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. Looking to throw, it's Sayin. Flips it out to the back. And they've got him down after the short completion, but they inch closer and closer to Pater. Clock still running, almost certainly the last play of the half. On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State.
And they trust their QB to execute like they have the whole first half, and he delivers, and they build on this lead and build their momentum going into halftime.
And the kick is good, but there's a penalty flag, and I think it's going to be roughing the kicker. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Looking downfield on first down. Spits it out to the back. He makes the catch close to the sticks, but he'll be a little short of the first down. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Buckeyes will line up to kick off and start the second half. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the third quarter.
Down 2 possessions.
Turning it on! That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Man, the momentum is squarely on their side right now. It's starting to feel like they're running away with this one. They scored a touchdown their last time out. Now on this drive here in the third quarter, the defense makes a massive play against the run, creating a negative play. They've got the opponent going backwards.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Got a man. It's Moore. Nice pick up there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. The Wolverines come to the line in the hurry-up. Quarterback making adjustments. Wants to throw on first down. Finds the tight end. And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield, but how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? Sends it back in motion. To the air on second down. The sure hands, it's Rodgers. Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. Bully ball on 3rd and short. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line.
Nice job being physical by this offensive line, getting the first down. And what do? Right away, right back on the football, ready to run some tempo.
Throws to the wideout. And they can't connect, but the flag flies, and I think this is going to be pass interference.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. You simply can't do it, and the referees caught it.
And the Wolverines have it with a 1st and 10. Trying to beat him to the left. Fights through the pile and picks up a couple down to the 16. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Looking to fire. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands.
Well, another incompletion, and you can see the frustration building, but you got to give the defense credit. They came into this one knowing no one was giving them a shot because of their record, because of what their stats are on paper, but they're playing better football. They're playing with better effort, and right now they're making the most plays.
He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. They're throwing for it on 4th down. And that one is picked off in the end zone. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
Man, this is how we do it. Defensively, you go into halftime, you make adjustments, you talk about, we've seen them do this, we've seen them do that. Let's get ready for it. Let's have a plan. Plan executed. You could tell they knew what was coming, did a great job defensively, forcing an interception right out the gates to start the second half.
Running behind that left side. Into the pile, maybe got one. He stopped at the 21.
I think one of the keys to this defense's success all season has been how good they've been stopping the run. They're a top 10 unit when it comes to rushing defense, and it's helped them out this year down in the red zone.
Looking for a man. It's Sayin. Unloads it left. Intercepted. The defense has set him up. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his second of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
So here comes the Michigan offense. And boy, they missed an opportunity last time throwing that pick in the red zone, David.
Yeah, and you got to put that frustration behind you. You can't turn it over. That's a cardinal sin. You know better than that, Jesse. You can't take points off the board, but you got to move on.
You do. I think he just got way too overeager down in the red zone that last drive. So just come out here, trust your reads, trust what your coaches have told you to do, and just go out and execute the offense.
Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20. Looking to throw on first down. Moving out of the pocket. Slings it downfield. And that is interception number 3 on the day.
Well, coming out of the tunnel in the third quarter, this quarterback now is really struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here in the third quarter. This looks like Jekyll and Hyde from what we saw in the first half.
Well, and the bad thing is they're going to be in passing situations. They're coming from behind. They're going to need him to play better. Like, he's going to have to read the field better and make some plays if they want to get back in this football game.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. Knocked down behind the line. Boy, he powered through one tackler, but there were more there to greet him.
Let's see if this offense can answer the bell. Their coaches challenged them all week long. When they got down to the red zone, we've got to be able to run the football because we're going up against a top 10 rushing defense. Let's see if they can step up here and get it done.
Caught behind the line. It's Smith. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
Big noise, big house, trying to rile up this Michigan defense on third down.
Defensive line, you know, third and long situations, I'm rushing the quarterback. You bring in the nickel, a little bit more speed on the field, and the defensive line gets home and gets the sack on third down.
So from his own end zone, the punt is away. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. That last possession, a prime example, Jesse, of how things get condensed in the red zone.
Hard to throw when the windows are smaller, and that's what happens down near the goal line, David. But for this quarterback here, just take accountability and own.
Breaks into the open. They finally get to him, and what a play there to pick up the first down. The Wolverines want to move quickly. In the red area, it's Haynes. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Wolverines!
The best running backs are the guys that can just sniff out the end zone. That running back showed you all of his freakish ability on that play.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, let's get you up to speed on what's going down in this fun college football game today. Georgia is running away with this one, thanks to an offense that's been sicking them since the opening kickoff. They're up by 17 over Georgia Tech. We are the eyes and ears of the college football fan, and we've got you covered all day here in studio, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. Out of the gun, the inside give. Across the 25, he's got room. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground.
And I would just hate to be in the shoes of these defenders trying to tackle this running back because, of course, you're so afraid of this guy shaking you and using his elite speed to make you look bad on a highlight film somewhere, but you forget this guy can still run you over. And you saw it on that.
Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. 1 quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic fourth-quarter finish. So the final period starts with a second down play. Grabbed behind the line. It's Smith. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. Offense breaks the huddle on third down. To the air, it's Sayin. Grabbed in the middle, it's Peoples. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you get them to third down. You get them to those critical points, and now they get the first down. You don't have many left. You better get aggressive.
First down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Smith. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Oh, he's got some space. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards. And the Wolverines headed quickly to the line.
And these are these moments, man, when you're trailing by a couple possessions, you've got to put it together. Your quarterback has to come through. I mean, it's not a...
Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
One of the biggest reasons today why this offense is losing in the game is they haven't been able to get it going throwing the football. This guy still has not thrown a touchdown pass. They thought coming into this game they were going to have tons of success throwing it. But you got to give the defense credit. They watched the film. They've been mixing up their looks defensively, trying to confuse this quarterback. And again, on that last deep shot, it falls incomplete.
And this offense is going to have to be aggressive, right? Down a couple possessions, got to continue to get these first downs, move quick, don't be in a hurry, but they've got to keep the accelerator down because they need some explosive plays.
The Wolverines come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback may change this route. Wants to go up top on first down. A shot toward the end zone. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. Return takes it inside the 30, down to the 28 as the defense has him setting up shop from there.
And some guys just have a knack of finding the football, and he is one of them. Like, you could just tell when the ball's in the air, he's like, that is mine. His second big game-changing play in this football game.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. There wasn't much need to throw it around on that last drive for the touchdown, Jesse. They got it done running the ball.
And David,
The ball's free! Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
That's what I'm talking about. Keep fighting, right? This game ain't over yet. Like, you still got an opportunity. Does it look good? No. But now, I got the ball back. Great job by the defense forcing the turnover. Now, let's see if we can go out and make this thing interesting, put some plays together, maybe get an onside kick. Who the heck knows?
First play of the drive wants to throw. Quarterback moving. And the Heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. And the Wolverines now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. They'll go to work in the air on second down. That's caught. It's Haynes. And the defense makes a big hit and knocks him down. Line is set on third down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. The decision to go for it does not pan out.
It was a massive missed opportunity failing on that fourth down, so they're trailing. There's a little bit less than 3 minutes to go here. Their defense has got to be able to get the ball back here quickly for them to have any shot.
Back to pass, it's Sayin. Snagged out of the air. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
And the Buckeyes with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. On the move. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. A timely pickup to get the first down there, and it took a little something out of the crowd, too. The officials stopped the clock for the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is that much closer to victory. Now they'll try to cash in this drive. 1st and 10 from the 50. The give, and tick, 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 tick. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense.
And how about the timing of the linebacker on the blitz to get in the backfield and get the tackle for a loss?
Is there anything better for a linebacker than to run on a blitz and nobody's home except the back?
Such a great feeling when the Moses parts the Red Sea and the hole opens up and you go fill it.
They'll run it from the gun. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Big noise in the big house for this huge third down play. To the air, it's Saying. And here's the pick, and oh, did they need that right now.
I'm definitely trying to be a little bit conservative. I can't be cautious, but I want to be a little bit conservative. Up 2 possessions. The clock is my friend. I got the football. The worst thing I can do is throw an interception, turn the football over, stop the clock, give them the ball back, and an up.
Going deep. Got it in stride inside the 20. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. And his 5th interception of the game, a miracle they haven't pulled him yet. The defense making a play to put an exclamation point on this one, and that ought to do it. Their own end zone nipping at their heels as they start this drive from their own 2. A delay of game penalty like that just riles up the defense even more. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. So backing up with that penalty, and they can feel their own goalpost looming over their shoulder. Okay, ready? Leaves it with the running back. They knocked him down in the end zone. That'll be a safety and put an exclamation point on this one.
Oh, and how about this defense? Understanding where they are in the field. They got a chance to put points on the board, and they do.
Wasting no time throwing on this drive. He's taking the deep shot. Nearly another interception. It'll be second down.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he has had 0 rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for back in college, he would have pulled me about 2 interceptions ago.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close. And when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality, using your pads, running through them. And guess what? Not only this play does he feel it, next time he tries to go over the middle or feels footsteps, this will pay dividends.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on 4th down, right? Obviously trailing, we're in the second half, but we saw them try to go for it on 4th down early. Didn't have any success. They've got to dial up a better play here.
Looking left. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game.
After being stopped there on 4th down, this game's pretty much over. They were going to have to go down in a 2-minute situation and put at least 7 up on the board. They couldn't get it done. Things just haven't gone their way. It's been that type of day today. They're going to leave the stadium with the loss.
The game may be the best rivalry in college football, and this year, the Buckeyes will hold the bragging rights. Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.